How's it going, everyone? It's Sam. We are seeing something pretty unprecedented right now. We're seeing a massive event for crypto, for the president, honoring him as the first crypto president. He's going to be meeting with Michael Saylor, with a lot of other prominent crypto industry leaders. And right now, the market is pumping. Yesterday, I said, I am placing some longs. I am going long this market because I think this is an irrational pullback fueled by manipulation from large entities. And what do you know? We see big pumps today, like XRP up 6%, going right back up to the high of just a few days ago, $2.60 before we took this dump. We have cryptos like, let's look at BTC. Obviously, BTC leads the way, up past where it was just a few days ago. So it went from 89,000 to 97,000. We have, what's another one? Solana pumping up from 168 to 189. Sui's been outperforming just about everything in this market. It's lagging slightly, but going from 427 to 466, about a 10% move. Let's talk about what's happening in the market. I want to give you some of the dirty details that the manipulators don't want you to know. If you don't mind, hit subscribe. Turn on the bell notification underneath the video so you can see future videos like this. If you are newer to crypto or you just want someone to talk to, right? You want some, I don't want to say advice because this isn't financial advice, but you want a community. I recently started a Patreon, a new Patreon that we're doing exclusive videos on. I just actually posted a new video where I go through what I would do if I was earning $70,000 a year, and I base it on different risk tolerances, right? Like a low risk, medium risk, and high risk portfolio. And I just released that to the members. There are only a few members in there, so actually you can ask questions relatively easily right now. I also have Joe that's helping me with this. He's been in the crypto space for 10 years buying crypto. He actually just made his first video too. I'll link his channel underneath the video in case you want to check it out. But he just made his first video on kind of how we started working together. And he's posting some more videos this week, I believe, too. So definitely check this out. I think it's definitely worth it to spend a few dollars a month for a community that can keep your head on straight, especially when you have thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars within this space. Now, if you're trying to go a little bit more risk on, as I said, I have placed a lot of trades over the last few days. Yeah, I took some big positions and they're paying off really well. One of the platforms I'm doing this on is CoinW. If you want to check out CoinW, there's a link underneath the video. They actually just told me too that there's an extra bonus that they're giving us, our community. So right now they have the 10% deposit bonus and 3,000 SUI giveaway. So you can, the more that you trade, the more SUI you get. Depending on how much you deposit, you get cash back. So we also have I know this is kind of a long promotion here, but this is important. They have a professional trading group where they have traders that literally just trade all day long. And to get access to that, you just sign up with my link, deposit $20 and move it into the futures account, $20 or more. And the first 10 people that do this, actually, right after this video, the first 10 people that do this will get that $20 match. So if you put in $50, you'll still get $20, but it's real money. You can withdraw it if you want. But yeah, $20 right there. And then if you deposit more, you also get the cash back to trade with. So definitely check this link out underneath the video. This is only for the first 10 people that get that extra $20 boost, but then you also get the deposit bonus and SUI giveaway as well for another week. So definitely check that out. They're professional traders that literally are long and shorting the market all the time. They've been crushing it through this recent downturn. Now, yesterday, we saw manipulation in the market. We saw big drops. We had a lot of longs liquidated. I think there's $600 million worth of longs liquidated. Now we're seeing shorts liquidated, $245 million. This is pretty obvious. If you've been around this market for a long time, I said this the last week, there's a lot of FUD, and it's a lot of stupid, irrational, like classic FUD from Tether to Russia and China banning crypto to the US government selling crypto. Like, it's all stuff that we've been through before, and nothing's really new, honestly. So a lot of FUD liquidations ahead of one of the most bullish times that we've ever seen in the market. already, just yesterday, we got news that Trump was going to repeal SAB 121 on day one. This executive order will allow banks to custody Bitcoin, unlocking massive adoption. Congress passed it earlier this year, but Biden vetoed it. Trump's team made it clear this is priority number one. This completes Saylor's 5 million BTC trifecta. He gave out a couple different criteria that needs to happen if Bitcoin is going to hit $5 million. Spot ETFs were approved. Fair value accounting confirmed, which is true. It's taking effect this quarter. SAB 121 repeal equals banks plus Bitcoin. So I don't know, Amazon, Google, some of the companies that are really large that like specific banking institutions or have worked with them for a long time. There are older companies that have worked with a bank for 100 years. They don't want to hold Bitcoin themselves. That's too much risk. They want to have banks do it for them. So this will make it much easier for them to buy Bitcoin. And keep in mind too, a lot of these companies can't go out and buy a Bitcoin ETF. Like there are specific restrictions on companies holding securities, right? Depending on the type of company. So they can buy Bitcoin, but they need someone to do it for them. This is extremely bullish. And they said basically day one, we're going to have this happen. And we're also getting news today. David Sachs is hosting a crypto ball 3 days before Trump's inauguration. So that's 3 days from now, Friday. They're going to honor him as the first crypto president. Special guests include Michael Saylor, Brian Armstrong, Michael Novogratz, and many more. This is the invite sent out. This is going to be in Washington, D.C. at 8 p.m. General admission. You can actually get in, it looks like. You can get in for $2,500 per person. I don't know. It seems like a pretty cool event if you could swing it. But yeah, it just shows you how different the world is. Again, from 2 years ago, where we had a president that I think most people would say doesn't really even understand what's going on. But his cronies, his worker bees are out there trying to choke off all of the crypto industry, debanking them, forcing them to take down different products like staking, trying to fine them, trying to pummel them into the ground, not giving them any idea what they are allowed to do until they're not allowed to do it, and then you fine them, and then you fight them in court, and then you make them spend hundreds of millions of dollars trying to defend themselves when they don't even have any kind of regulation framework to follow. Now we're having literal parties honoring politicians for being pro-crypto. That is insane how far we've come. And just a reminder, we're going to continue printing money. Biden has announced a one-time payment of $770 to victims of the California wildfires. My heart goes out to everyone that has been affected by that. Just a sign, though, as time goes on, when there are more natural disasters, when there are more hard times, the governments keep on printing, right? They continue to give stimulus. So that does help Bitcoin. IBIT bought some Bitcoin yesterday, and we'll get to the big news that happened this morning too, the inflation news. IBIT bought some Bitcoin yesterday, 29 million. It did not offset all the selling though. There was actually a decent amount of selling. Yesterday we rebounded, but we saw GBTC with a negative $89 million day. BITB with negative 19 million. ARC-B with negative 92 million, and I need to reload this because I'm pretty sure FBTC sold a decent amount as well. It's not in here, but I'm pretty sure that FBTC sold over 1,000 Bitcoin. So yeah, a red day from the ETFs, yet Bitcoin's still rebounding. We got inflation data today. You know, this is a really big moment. Tomorrow's a big day too for people's outlook on Bitcoin and the economy. Let's actually look at the general market too. You can see the Nasdaq's rebounding today after a pretty red day yesterday. S&P 500's rebounding. Keep in mind, people were worried about inflation because the jobs numbers look so good. They thought that maybe we're going to have an uptick in inflation, and that would be obviously really negative. That would show that maybe inflation isn't fixed, that we're going to have a double pump in inflation, and the Fed's going to have to keep on raising rates maybe at some point. But inflation came in lower than expected, 3.3% versus 3.4%, and core came in much lower than expected, 3.5% versus 3.8%. And I like to look not just at whatever the analysts are expecting and if we come in below or above, but actually look at the chart, right? Like it doesn't always matter what the analysts say. You want to look at the general trend. And you can see here that overall, inflation has been ticking up a bit. Like PPI has been ticking up a little bit. Core has kind of stagnated. But yeah, there is a pretty big increase recently. We went from 0.3% back in June to now 3%. So hopefully this levels off. I think these are sometimes adjusted around, well, they're always adjusted, but winter can be interesting, especially with natural disasters and stuff like that going on. It can throw off really what's happening, and these might be a little bit cooked anyways, right? Inflation isn't always representative. These inflation numbers aren't always representative of what happens in the economy, but tomorrow we have CPI, so be on the lookout for that. If that comes in lower than expected, I think we continue to pump hard. And you know, I said yesterday, I'm buying the market, I'm going long. One of the cryptos I've talked about more recently is Alura. I've mentioned it maybe 3-4 times on the channel. It's up 32% today. Like just pumping, and this is after it's even come down 10% or something like that. Like it just pumped massively. And if you're able to jump in the burning building, if you're willing to go in and buy something like this, you can make a ton of money, right? Like you can buy the dip, you can buy the fear and make 70% in a day. That's a great thing about crypto. I also heard too, Alura, you know, I am invested in it, full disclosure. I heard that they did have some announcements, some stuff that's kind of coming behind the scenes too. And they've been a partner of the channel. So just know that. But this is, I think we'll do really well. This bull run, this is in gaming and AI. Recently, they just revamped their website. So they rebuilt their whole website. It looks really nice. Also, they're bringing Alura Intelligence. They're bringing Alura Concierge to Alura Intelligence. So they're going to have an AI agent with access to unique crypto wallet, dedicated to the end user, with the abilities to book flights, hotels, rentals, and other services, buy and sell NFTs, ability to execute, buy and sell orders, research and execute a crypto trading strategy. Like they're becoming an AI agent, which is really big right now. Also, I've heard that they're going to list on another huge exchange. So yeah, like these are the times where when there's extreme fear, if you find an altcoin that you like, you might want to buy the dip. Of course, there will be a time in the market where you don't really want to do that. But right now, I think now like is a good time to be trading and a good time to be buying for the long term. Of course, we can always see bigger dips. Like yesterday, we could have gone down further. We don't know what kind of market manipulators are, or what levels market manipulators are always trying to push down to. But I think it was pretty obvious they wanted to break the $90,000 Bitcoin level, freak people out on charts like XRP, where we go below this trend line, but then go right back up. Like XRP looks so strong recently. Have you noticed that? Higher lows since it started to pump up, honestly, November. Higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low, and higher highs recently since late December. We were at 234, and then we went up to 250, and then 260. Yeah, it's looking really strong, flipping this resistance into support. Solana, let's look at Solana real quick too. It wicked down to the same trend line. It's a very similar chart to XRP, although it happened before XRP. But resistance, flipped it way above it, flipped into support, hit the support again, and then is pushing up, not quite as viciously as XRP. It seems like people are just kind of not paying attention to Solana right now. It's not the flashy thing right now, but I think this is typically a good time to be looking at assets when they're underperforming a little bit, but they're such a strong asset. Yeah, Solana gets an ETF or something like that this year, and I think it pumps hard. And then Bitcoin, 96,000, looking beautiful. 97,000. Stones throw away from 100,000. A couple liquidations, some big announcement, or just a little bit of time, and we pump back up. Overall, yeah, I think we're sitting in a great place. I think crypto looks great. It's a ball. It's a crypto ball right now. Everyone's loving it. Unless you got sidelined, unless you are someone that can't handle the volatility, which, yesterday I said in a video, if you can't handle this amount of volatility, maybe crypto isn't right for you, because you're probably going to sell at a bad time. You're going to put your money in at the top, sell at the bottom. So you have to realize that we can go down. You can buy at the wrong time, but you either have to sit it out or have money on the sidelines to buy more, and you have to be okay with it. Part of it comes down to, I don't want this to sound bad, but like your greed. If you're 100% into the market, you're probably a little bit greedy, or you're someone that's just like a diehard. You say, maybe you're like much higher intelligence than I am, and you're just putting everything into Bitcoin, and you realize it's going to dip, you realize it's going to go up, you realize it's going to dip, but you're okay with it because you understand Bitcoin and you just want to buy as much as possible. And I totally get that. There are a lot of smart people that do that. I'm a little bit more diversified than that. I have some altcoins. I also have real estate and stocks and cash. I approach the market a little bit differently, but to each their own. I think though you have to stick to a plan. And if part of your plan is trading, maybe you want to sign up for CoinW underneath the video, right? Maybe you want to get in on some of that that free money. And you can also get access to their trading group to have people help you with like position sizing, with what assets they're trading in that exclusive trading group. And if you want to join my Patreon group, you can check out the link underneath the video as well. There are only a handful of members in there right now, so you can ask questions fairly easily. And we're making videos, exclusive videos for that. So definitely check that out underneath. I really appreciate you guys watching. Let me know your thoughts. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video.